What's up, guys, and Happy New Year from me and the channel. Thank you guys so much for a great 2023. Looking forward to an awesome 2024. And the first thing I want to talk about are these guys. These are the SoundPEATS with a P Clear buds. So let's go. So as in true fashion, we can't get started without you guys jumping down there and hitting that subscribe button. We made it to 1,000 last year, and I'm putting a big goal out there. I want to hit 5,000 this year. That's a huge goal and a long way away, so make sure you help us out by liking this video if you've already subscribed. Make sure you comment, what do you think about SoundPEATS? Have you tried these out? Have you been interested in them? And we'll jump right into it. So with earbuds, it's always a little bit harder than a phone, but we have to talk about design. So a lot of companies now have started going over to this kind of iridescent clear look, and SoundPEATS has done it with their clear lineup here. So I've got the darker color. They've got a few different colors and things like that you can check out online, but I have the darker color, and I've typically been like into the kind of white or lighter colors. Like these are my CMF buds. I got the white in those. I have the Ear 2s. I've had the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro 2s. All of those I got in the lighter color, and SoundPEATS sent me these in the darker color, and I found that even though looks wise I thought that I liked the way that the lighter color earbuds looked, the darker ones, I really enjoy the way that they're a little bit more stealthy in your ear. They don't stand out as much, and if you're looking for something that just doesn't look like it's an earbud in your ear and sticking out, and you want everyone to know, hey, I've got earbuds on, you want to be a little bit more, subdued with it, or not so loud with the looks of it. These are great for that. So basically, it's real simple to get started with these. Just open them up and pull them out of the case, and they should be appearing in your Bluetooth settings, and you connect to them. Super easy. But I like this design. It's got kind of a texture underneath there. You can kind of see the little dots and everything. Very futuristic. And then the way the buds just kind of sit in there, they're like presented to you almost. Like you can set them down and they're like, boom, there it is. They put the light on the front. Everything's there. So really cool little case. It's not completely 100% see-through because of this darker color. And then you've got your little button on the bottom to, if you want to pair it to something else, or to see if they're charged. It gives you a green light. If they're not charged, it gives you a red light, and USB-C on the bottom. Inside the package, that's pretty much all you get. You get the buds and you get charging cable, and it's pretty good packaging. It's pretty good packaging. It had to grab it. It looks and feels a lot like Apple packaging. The texture, the size, the shape, the matte finish, and everything. It feels premium, so you don't feel like you're getting anything super cheap here. But it's a small little box. It's real nice and neat and easy, and comes with the buds and a charging cable. So let's talk about the buds themselves, since we're in design. So we're gonna put the case off to the side over here. We're gonna talk about these guys. So they are stock design. They've got the little stalks on them there, and they of course come with silicone earbuds, and then your driver, kind of typical, and it's all dark. The stalks are see-through as well, and this darker color, like I said, it's not quite 100% easy to see directly through it. But again, they've done a very good job. From someone who has used Ear 2s for a while now, this iridescent look is really cool to me, and I really enjoy it, and I like it here. And then I like these because when they are in my ears, they have less of that, they don't stand out as much. So I like that. I have grown to like the stalk design more and more as I've used it. It does help, I think, with when it comes to like if you're making a phone call or doing a Zoom call or something like that, that microphone being outside of the ear just a little bit kind of helps you. And a lot of people tell me I wear earbuds wrong, but when I put my earbuds in, I put it into the canal like that. And a lot of people just leave theirs like that. They just leave them hanging like that. But I actually take mine and kind of twist it down in there a little bit more. One, that faces the microphone out, which I think picks up your voice better. But two, it sits in your ear a little bit more instead of just kind of dangling there. It kind of sinks down in there. Now it's not wedged in there. So anyway, getting back to the design and that kind of going into that is, it's a very good, comfortable design. These aren't super heavy. They're decent weight. So when you're putting them in, you're wearing them for a while. They fit pretty good. Basically like any other typical earbud. But I do like how sleek they look. I do like that they don't look cheap. They don't feel cheap. They feel a lot like my ear twos, maybe a little bit more sleeker than the ear twos because they're a little more rounded. And they feel like a really nice refined headphone. The only thing I could really knock on them is this flat finish, which I think is great for like hiding dirt and dust and not scratching up or looking as worn out, but it does appear or give the appearance of like a little bit cheaper of a headphone because they're not glossy. So it would have been cool to have like a glossy black instead of flat, but again, it goes back to that kind of stealthy look of not recognizing that you're just walking around with earbuds. You can almost, somebody like me who has a beard, you almost kind of like lose them in that. So overall design, I think these earbuds are really nice. Like I said, they don't feel cheap. They feel premium. They work really well. This is a kind of a known form factor. It's not super big. The pill shape box look that you get out of the CMF buds, if you look at it next to it, it's definitely different. It's definitely more stealthy. It's definitely a little bit easier to pocket. Feels a lot like Samsung's, but where I like these a little bit better than Samsung's is these are a little bit easier to grab out of there. They're not like shoved way down in there like the Pixels are or anything like that. So they're easier to kind of grab real quick, pull out of there. You're not kind of like digging down there and they're slipping out and falling or anything. Easier to grab. So overall design wise, 2 thumbs up. Very, very impressed. Now we have to move on a little bit and talk about sound quality of these, talk about battery life, performance, and overall, do I like them? Do I recommend them? Who are they for? Etc. So for someone like me, my preference when it comes to sound of earbuds is I typically like something that has a little bit more bass to it. And these actually have decent bass. I'm going to say that these are equal to, bass-wise, they're equal to the Ear 2s, they're equal to the Samsung Buds 2 Pros, Buds Pro 2, whatever you call them. And I would say they're better than the Pixel Buds Pro. I'm going to say that on par, on paper, next to the Ear 2s, these almost feel and sound identical. But I would go a step further to say that design-wise, I probably prefer these over my Ear Stick 2s. Sound-wise, I probably prefer the Ear 2s just barely, but they're so close that I really want to call them a tie. I will say, however, I feel like the clarity of these are on the higher end when it comes to if you're listening to a podcast or you're watching a video that has talking in it, like a review or something like this on YouTube. Definitely when you're making a phone call or you're doing a Zoom call, that clarity really stands out. And all of the people that I've talked to on a phone call have all said, hey, you sound really clear. It sounds just like you're talking on a phone. There's no heavy background noise, that sort of thing. So I don't know if the name Clear was meant for the look or the actual sound, but if you're looking for a pair of buds that are very clear for phone calls, Zoom calls, you listen to a lot of podcasts, you're watching a lot of videos with talking, or you're watching a movie or something like that, just know you're not getting a ton of bass. There's a little bit there, but it's Apple AirPod good when it comes to that clarity in that phone call. I mean, really impressive how clear these are. So that's who the kind of user these are for, is somebody that's wanting something that's super clear, probably somebody that does a lot of phone calls or does a lot of video calls, and they're wanting some really nice buds that don't just stand out, that aren't just like, hey, I've got earbuds in. They're great for that. Battery life, however, has been pretty average. I'm not going to say that it's been spectacular, but it hasn't been terrible. I know when I got my ear 2s before some of the updates and before I got on the latest version of whatever their software is on, those would get me with A&C, they would get me about 2.5 hours. And these on A&C get me a little bit more than that. They're really pushing close to 3, which I think is really good if you're running A&C all the time, which I don't. So off without A&C on, without the active noise cancellation, just using these regular, because I kind of like to hear my surroundings as well. These have gotten me easily about 4.5 hours, I'd say, of listening time. They easily get me through a jog or through a bike ride or a commute to work or whatever I'm doing, if I'm taking a walk at night or whatever, watching a video, streaming, etc. They've been fine, and just in and out of my ears, just occasional listening, on and off use. Probably don't have to charge them for a few days, just listening here and there. So I would say that the battery life is fairly and relatively good. I'm not going to say that it's giving me some kind of crazy battery life. I still give that to the CMF Buds Pro. I don't remember the last time I charged these. I mean, they go for like days with just average use, and then I've used them on trips and everything else, and just was like, maybe I should charge these, and they've never died on me. I have been able to kill these, but outside of that, when you're looking at the price of these are super affordable. You're talking, I think these go for around 40 bucks, 30 to 40 bucks, depending on your region. That's kind of here in the US, looking on Amazon and places like that. And for a pair of earbuds that's the same price as something like the CMF buds, I would say that these are some of the best value headphones that you can get on the market. It's been really impressive to get like Apple clarity on calls and listening to podcasts and music and things like that, just the how clear they are. A&C is not as strong as something like a set of AirPods, but when you look at these next to something like the Ear 2s, you're getting the same clarity, maybe a little less bass, but battery life's a little better. So you kind of go back and forth, but you're talking about not even half the price of a pair of Ear 2s. You're talking a CMF price tag, and I think you're getting a lot more superior design than CMF. I think you're getting definitely clearer call quality and voice quality out of that. Clarity wise, they don't have the bass. No one has the bass of those. But I mean, these easily feel a lot like a set of Beats or the Ear 2s or something like that. I would say that the quality and battery life, everything all included, all together, these feel and act a lot more like a premium set of headphones or earbuds versus a budget friendly earbud. Do I recommend these? How could you not? I mean, decent call quality, decent battery, a really good design, a really good fit and finish. They feel premium. They perform like a premium set of buds for less than 50 bucks. I mean, yeah, I get it. That's going to do it for me, guys. Check out the SoundPEATS in the link below. Let me know what you think. Have you tried these? Have you thought about picking them up? I know some other YouTubers have picked them up and talked really highly of them. I've been impressed. I would like to try more of these next to some of my other earbuds. But stay tuned, because we are going to talk more about CMF buds. I've got a CMF watch review coming out. But if you're looking for some great headphones under 50 bucks, you got to check out SoundPEATS. And that's going to do it. See you next time.